But look, I am not backing away from this thaw. There's day 1 through 8 on the European. You see the snow just retreat north. There's day 8 through 15. It's still in there. This is dramatic, it's real, and it's going to be spectacular compared to what just happened. When we come out of this, in fact, the thaw will be accentuated by what happened before and what happened after. That doesn't mean it can't snow a couple times. But look, winter's in the west now, or going into the west, what winter there is. But it's still remaining cold here, and that's the big key. I showed you those MJO analogs that I'm already working on. Unlike last year, when we went into the cold phase, there's nothing but warm here to come southeast. There's going to be a world of cold waiting. Here's the snowfall in the 8 to 15. There's the WPO is going negative, and that's very interesting in that that does have some push, and it is what I think it is it's signaling what's going to be going on down the road. The EPO though, I didn't put the EPO up. Son of a gun. Okay, well the EPO is going positive, and that argues for the warmth. And I think the EPO is just running the table as far as tendencies go. I think it swamps the AO, swamps the NAO. So I watch that EPO, and it gives us hints over here. Now this is the upward motion chart, and this is week 2. You can see it's still centered over Australia, but week 3 and 4, there it is. It's shifting east. Here comes all the subsidence through the Indian Ocean. If anything, I think the JMA is a little bit too slow on the cold, but it shows, in me, I interpret week 3 and 4 as week 3 starts warm, but week 4 is cold. This is off the site, the Dacula site, and you have to Google it. They have the upward motion charts. You can see this is phase 1, phase 8, so it's shifting eastward with time here. Now, the reason I believe we're going to be okay is this. Because when this is colder to the east, relative, when you look at the upward motion patterns, there's more likely to be sinking here, upward motion here, and even trying to work its way in. So I do believe the Madden-Julian oscillation wave that is developing is coming full bore through the warm phases, and we'll get into the cold phases again. That's what I believe. And now, what would happen if it was like last year, cold here and warm over here? Well, it's still got real strong, but somehow this configuration, colder here than here, helps out with putting cold air over North America. When it's colder to the west and warmer to the east, and last year, this is a nightmare. We had La Nina going here and an El Nino going here. It's like it turned into the absolute horror story, and shows me that I can't just simply buy seasonal sea surface temperature forecast. I'm going to have to figure out more of an analog-based method that maybe help me out with that, because I bought the idea that it would be cold the entire basin last year. I'm still having nightmares about last year, but it's this year now. In any case, you can see week 1 on the Japanese. The trough is it's west of Hawaii, right? Okay, there's the temperatures. So the Japanese is all aboard on the thaw. Here's week 2. Still, it's trying to work its way over. And there's the temperatures, but it maintains the cold up in Canada. Here comes week 3 and 4. Now okay, so assuming week 3 it's still west and it's east week 4, and assuming this is a mean, probably week 4 would be in here, and this would be in here, and this trough would be here, week 4, because we're starting with week 3 with the ridge in the east, all right? And here's the temperatures. So I assume that and week 4 is the 10th through the 16th, that we are evolving cold. And that period, I showed it to you yesterday. You got to go look at the posts. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make our site more than, let's just click on the maps, okay? Or look at these beautiful maps. The maps are beautiful. I'm not knocking beauty, okay? But I'm showing you the grunt work that I'm doing. because I'm determined to make our site, just a different level from all the other stuff. All right. I won't necessarily say better. I am going to say different. Eddie and the Cruisers, remember? He was in there talking to one of the guys. So I'm not saying we're better. I'm saying we're different. Okay. You have to decide what you're spending your dollar on. All right. But I'm very sensitive to what's going on out there. I'm not blind or stupid. All right. Well, not blind. anyway, look, the reason we have this, now you said, well, wait a minute, you're showing me those analogs, they're displaced 30 days. Okay, well, they're displaced 1 week because of the warm start. Similar, not the same. The reason we have this colder back here is because I think it's going to start warm the first week of February, but it's going to get cold. And the analog, the closest analogs I have are 2011 and 1996 blended together. Now, if it starts sooner, then it's colder further east, and it's more like the 30-day analog. But I just want to explain, I'm looking at different time increments here. I'm not trying to talk out both sides of my mouth, but the February's 29 days this year. Okay, so, and I think the first 7 days are warm over the eastern part of the United States. There's a transition. It's cold the week 3, and then it just could, look, my mom's birthday is February 17th. My experience when I lived in South Jersey is that if there was ever going to be snow on the ground, it was usually on my mom's birthday. Okay, so, and I think this is going to last into March. So I'm trying to continually define myself and show what I'm doing beforehand. That's it for now. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you've got.